Hello YouTube, how's it going? We're here at Axon Main Forge of Memory late night on a Sunday because we have nothing better to do. We are not the cool kids, and this is just what we do. I have Austin here from Pappy's Castle, and we are going to do a few experiments and have some fun breaking some stuff. We're going to play with some super quench. I'm also, we're going to make a spring puller while we're at it for pulling in the shoulder on the railroad spike knife. So since we've got some super quench, if you haven't seen that video, be sure to subscribe and check it out. This is what I'm going to do, Austin. I'm going to have you cut a couple pieces of material here, and this is about 1/8 inch thick, 1018, just mild steel. Okay. So if you would cut 3 pieces right there, and then when you're done, cut a piece of this stainless. Okay. Because I don't think the stainless is going to do anything, but let's find out. Once more, if you haven't subscribed yet, it's a great time to do so. I'm going to get out of the way and grab some safety glasses.
It's attached. I do recommend putting that in the ice though.
Watch out, the swing's about between knee and crotch level. Go. All right, boys and girls. So while he's cutting those, we're going to go ahead and talk about what is super quench. Super quench is a mixture that allows you to harden steel, like mild steel, softer steel that would otherwise not harden. So what we're going to do, we've got a solution that's approximately 4.5 gallons of water, 5 pounds of salt, 32 ounces of Dawn dishwashing soap, and 8 ounces of jet dry, approximately. Now, it has a wonderful floral soapy smell that when you quench in it, burns your nose with soapy smell. Got a piece coming up to temp in the forge, and since we're bringing it up to temp in the forge, let's see what we can do with a couple other pieces of mild. I'm going to forge this into I'm going to forge that into a spring puller real quick, but we're going to test these samples for different results. Okay. So we're doing destructive testing with different types of quenches. So here's what I'm going to do. As this comes up to temp, I'm going to forge it here in a moment, and then we'll have this we'll have it ready. We're going to take these 3 sections and this section of stainless. Grab my marker over there, if you would, sir. And we're going to do no quench. We're just going to heat it up and let it cool. This one we're going to do super, and this one will be water. Okay? I'm sure that'll burn off. We'll have no idea at that point, but we'll figure it out, guys.
Got soap stuff.
We do have soap snow. I'm going to forge this out real quick. I think that one I should have. I'll heat that up and get a better bend in it.
They couldn't see you.
What's that?
They couldn't see you.
It's all good. All right, guys. So we're going to do a couple of tests. And most of it is just going to be, we're going to do a file test. And we're also going to do a bend test and see how it breaks. Examine grain structure and so forth. But first, I'm going to get that bent. Once more, if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to do so. And also, be sure to check out Pappy's Castle. Austin, you guys have an event coming up very shortly here.
Yes.
Come on over in front of the anvil, talk about the event, please.
August 8th, 9th, and 10th in Granite City at the Route 66 Flea Market. We are co-hosting a fundraiser for autism and veterans. Come on out. There is no charge to get in. We've got about 40, 50 vendors out there. We've got a LARPing group out there. There'll be SCA out there doing live battles and stuff as well. We've got performers acting on stage, multiple card readers, a whole bunch of good fun. I'll be out there live demoing along with doing the Forge Your Owns as well. We will have a couple different auctions and raffles going on as well. Like I said, all proceeds are going to charity for this event. Come support this. We're hoping this is going to be the first of an annual event. We're looking at possibly doing others like it, having 2 a year total, maybe more depending on how this works out.
Very cool. Thank you, Austin. So guys, come and check them out. How much gas you want to add, like a quarter inch or one?
With the Brown-Rhodes, right?
Okay, grab a spike. We're going to get this spring puller forged, and then we're going to start tearing things up. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the forge. These are 3 samples that we're going to do 3 different quenches on. One will be a control that will get no quench. We'll allow it to air cool.
Hey, describe what you're doing because we have people asking.
What's that?
Describe what you're doing, we have people asking.
All right. What are we doing here? Okay, so what we're doing, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make a spring puller, and then we're going to do some experiments with super quench. Super quench is a solution we can use on lower carbon materials like this railroad spike or a horseshoe, like if you're doing a railroad spike knife or a horseshoe knife, and you'll be able to harden that up quite a bit. All right, put that spike on top. I got a spike. Hold that. All right. That should work for you. All right, we're going to let this cool for now, and then we'll cut it off. Awesome. So, we have 3 sections of mild steel. We're going to do one section where we just heat it, allow it to cool. The second piece, we're going to do in water, and the third, we're going to do in super quench. And then we're going to try this piece of stainless in super quench and find out if it does anything. Not in the super quench, no. All right. So, this piece has been heated. And I'm going to put this in the vise and just allow it to cool. So this is our control. Austin does a lot of horseshoe knife experiences and so forth with Happy's Castle, much like we do here at Forge of Memory. So, kind of passing on our info as we go. Can you hop behind the camera?
Yes.
So, we're going to rotate over here once I grab it from the forge. We'll come over here to the, which you can just turn the head of that actually, but however you like. And I'm going to quench in water. This one's probably still hot. And then we have super quench, which looks really gross at this point. Quite violent. You notice how that changes?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's our super quench. I'm just going to give it a rinse off. And while we're at it, super quench is here on the horn. I'm going to take my piece of stainless and we're going to put that in the forge. Stainless is usually pretty soft. In some cases, you can get it to, sometimes you can get it to harden up by air hardening or by quenching. A lot of it's cryo treated. Go ahead and move her on over here. All right. So actually, here, let me see that. Austin, how about you come test this?
Yes, sir.
See what you think. Because what I found, I'm just going to use, I don't want to this file. I'll get this one because it's got ridges on the side too. I just come in here and do a quick pass. It cuts fairly easy. Let's say we do 3. You try it out. See what you think.
You guys like 1018? Untreated.
1018, untreated. Quite soft. All right. Our second piece, this is a water quench. So it'll harden a little bit.
A little more difficult, but still fairly soft.
Fairly soft.
It's dug in.
All right. Cheyenne, can you grab me another tank? I didn't know this was this low.
I mean, it dug in just like it would have.
We're going to change out tanks.
And the air cooled, you can see it dug in just the same on the water cooled.
Okay. So not very much. Now, here is
Super cool.
the super quench.
I mean, it dugs in, but nowhere near as aggressive. You definitely hardened it.
Yep. Okay. So next, I got my super quench. I got my water quench. And I got my air cool. So here is here's the air cool. Austin, you're a big guy. Torque on.
Put it back on.
Yeah,
Hot enough stuff.
maybe.
Oh, that took nothing.
Nope. Go ahead, turn around.
It just had to make a wire out of it.
Oh yeah. Okay,
That took nothing.
check nothing. Water quench.
Definitely a little more difficult.
A little more. Super quench.
That is definitely.
Work her back and forth. Let's see how that breaks. water quench. Go ahead and work that one back. Yep.
Definitely took a lot more minutes to break when it was soft.
Yep. Now here is the air cool. Definite differences.
Yeah, a lot.
Okay.
Just from the amount of bends that it takes to.
Now we're going to super quench the stainless. That has a cool OD green oxide to it now. Now we do have the parent stock we can test this against. All right. I gotta try this because I know I think it made it softer. I really do.
Yeah, because it definitely.
All right, so super quench did not work on stainless steel, so you're going to have to air harden this some, which we can try that. I wonder what happens if we take a high carbon steel and try to super quench it. Let's find out. If you haven't subscribed yet, we're tearing stuff up tonight. It's a great time to do so, guys. We're going to let that get up to temp. And this whole thing may fracture out before it ever gets in the vise. Place your bets now. Yes. Conway, I agree. That broke like a lower quality high carbon. Okay. I'm just going, what else can we?
Got any 4140 laying around?
I probably do if I really look. You know what I do have? I've got a file tank. That should be fairly high carbon. I've got a piece of file here too. Just gonna break a bunch of stuff.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Super quench file steel.
Didn't sound like it,
Oh,
Shad.
that's weird.
That's not cooling like the rest. And it sure didn't.
I'm not sure what just happened. That was
That even smelled different.
Yeah, and it didn't sound the same. It was not as violent.
I'm not sure what. Maybe I didn't have it as hot. Well, there's not even a point to that.
I was like, I don't think.
All right, I'm gonna bring the. This is the stainless. I'm gonna bring it out and let it cool now. See if that hardens up, Benny. Go for it.
There was no bend in that.
No, and that's pretty much glassy brittle is what I expected, but I figured it would be a lot more violent of a reaction. Okay, set her on the anvil. I've got a file tang right here. Okay,
That's the reaction.
we got the screech on that one. That one got that weird. I expect that to snap.
There was
All right.
no weight behind that one.
Okay. So that just went. Huh. You know, I gotta see that piece of copper down there? That is copper, isn't it?
It looks like copper. Yeah,
This is copper. Now, copper is soft, okay? Copper you generally don't quench to harden. Let's find out. Is it going to harden? I got to make sure this doesn't melt in the forge. But I don't know, but I don't think it's going to do anything. I do expect a violent reaction. Be sure to subscribe. Copper is very conductive to heat and electricity, and it's a beautiful material. It's a versatile material, but I just wonder. Back in like the early 1900s, there was a guy who claimed to have found a way to quench copper to make it cut like steel. I've heard of people quenching bronze to make it cut like steel.
I've heard that one.
But I've never seen it done. Now, supposedly the guy who was going to sell his process ended up dying and his secret went with him. Now, could it have been that he had a solution like super quench? Maybe.
I've seen the copper in like Damascus, and it's supposedly harder than copper in that.
All right, go ahead. We're going to pan over to the bucket. Woo! Which is pretty much what I expected. Now, it's like if you
Aura treated it.
quench it in water and borax, you get this really cool pink patina. Something happened here. Something has happened. So, first things first, let's see what happens when I file test it. Go ahead and rotate that on over here.
I don't see it for a second.
That cut's pretty easy. Now this should bend pretty easy. I don't expect it to break anytime soon. What do we have? I mean, easy to bend. That's weird how that oxide's
Yeah, that powder.
Yeah, bend her back and forth a couple times.
And it's like the more you bend it, the pinker it's getting.
Yeah, that's kind of unique.
It is definitely work hard in bending it though.
Okay. Fair enough. Go ahead and loosen it. So these were just single passes, right?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and heat it up and let it cool.
Well, do you want to try that area with Ben, see if that hardened any?
That should harden some.
Not really.
But it's about the same.
How's that piece of stainless down on the back foot? That's cool.
Now here's a stainless that has been heated and allowed to air cool.
That's
Okay. I've heated this up. I'm going to let it cool. Which I can water cool this. It doesn't have to be air cooled. And let's test it. Let's see if... Okay, so there could be a little difference. Yeah. All right.
The ones that we did of the
So I'm
super
going to
quench
test
versus
this. I mean, I guess it could have hardened some, maybe. I don't know. That doesn't seem. We really need to test something side by side on that. I've got a big bar of copper here.
Can we get to cut a piece
I
off?
want to heat one end of this. I'm not going to cut it off because we don't waste it. I want to heat one end. I'm going to super quench it. We're going to put it in the vise and we're going to compare one end to the other. And we're going to have Cheyenne come up here for this.
Just cut off whatever end, because I think it's for the copper.
Where am I from? We're actually from Central Illinois. So we're not going to try to bend this one or anything. We're just going to heat it. We're going to let Cheyenne be the judge on this because we could be wrong. And here's the thing, the piece of copper that we used, we heated it, quenched it, and then we heated it and let it cool, and it does seem like the first one was a little harder to cut.
I almost wonder if the super quench can keep it from being able to be quenched. Act like a coating with that pink powder coming off of it. It clearly
There is a strange oxide, but like using water with borax in it, actually, there was something else we did that was we were using muriatic acid or perchloride, getting a pink oxide as well. Yeah, wooden tech, we're familiar with the annealing, but what we're doing, we're kind of testing the super quench to see if it does harden up certain things. But yeah, if you're going to heat a metal, stress relieve it, you're going to anneal it or you're going to normalize. All right, hold on. I'm going to turn this around. Just get it up to, that'll be plenty hot for copper. You're good. If you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time to do so. I'd rinse her off. Guys, we're going to go ahead and kill the forge now because let's try this. Copper will generally get more malleable when heated or when heated and cooled. This we're trying something that I'm not sure what the result's going to be. It's just an experiment. We're having some fun with it. Mostly, we want to find out if it did harden any, which copper is generally work hardened.
I
I've got a copper blade around here somewhere that I forged and work hardened. Oh, this is a work hardened copper blade right here. What we're about to try to run it long way so you can test the hard end and the soft end. Because like if I take this where it's been work hardened versus where it's still relatively soft, this cuts in a lot easier than here where it grabs. So first go ahead and let me turn this around some more. Oh, finger in the way. And
Ready?
yep. Okay.
Okay. So it digs in real good.
In your honest opinion, any difference?
That's softer.
That's softer.
That's softer.
It's actually softer.
That is softer.
Okay.
You can hear it.
Yeah.
The file sounds
Listen.
different.
Listen. And it's digging in.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's
Very cool.
softer.
So the super quench actually allows for it. We did not get any hardness out of the copper.
No, it actually softened it more.
Okay.
I want to see something though.
We do a fair amount of work with copper. It's just every so often we get bored and have friends over and try to.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll try regular. I just want to see something.
I'm gonna go with that pretty well annealed annealed it. So that is clearly not what was used to as far as the story goes to strengthen it.
Nope, because that is a lot softer. Now I'll admit, because it annealed it, that is a lot softer, so there's a smoother transition where it hammered. And if you look, this started work hardening and you have more jagged hits.
Okay. Very cool. Austin, what's your thoughts on this?
Copper is definitely
Pretty well unaffected by it.
yeah. I mean,
Actually, it softened it.
it softened it. So I mean, especially if you're gonna be using it to forge something out or to be able to shape the copper, using the super quench should actually make it a little bit easier and may not leave as much of hammer marks.
Well, I mean, like we usually do hot work with our copper, so yeah, I mean
It would
it's
be a way to cold work copper.
yeah, and we do a fair amount of cold work when we do our work hardening and everything.
Well, the
So
problem about cold working it, depending on how thick your material is as well, could cause issues, especially depending on how defined you are wanting to get with it.
now, Austin, your opinion on the stainless steel is that it was softer
It was
after
softer as well.
after quenching and super quench, and I don't know what this is, but Cheyenne will probably make an arrowhead guard out of it or something.
Yeah, because if you look at the file marks on it, where we did it before the super quench, and then after, you can see they're definitely not as defined or deep.
And of course, there could be a factor. We could be pushing harder at some point. We could be a little bit lighter. The important thing is the copper right here is still usable. We'll get that forged into something cool. All right. So,
Actually, Davis, this is all sober. We do not condone this type of material in our businesses.
oh, you got a little special guy on here again. That's so cute.
I know.
Anyway, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, it's a great time to do that.
Someone said they always do that to their copper washers.
Yeah, it's going to, once they harden up like that, it's going to prevent deformation to a degree, but it's going to make them tougher. So with a lot of bronze alloys, copper alloys like bronze and so forth, you're not gaining anything from quenching. In fact, you may be losing some strength, or you may just be doing a stress relief on the piece overall. But Austin, what do you think about the super quench on the mild steel?
It definitely hardened that 1018. I'd be curious to see what it does to the horseshoe. It's definitely a mixture.
So your 1018 hardens up quite a bit. The horseshoe might be a little higher tensile, and a standard spike you're looking about a 1040 steel in relation. So that can really help.
Definitely something I look forward to trying. When I get home to make the recipe and play around with it myself and see what we can do, what it comes out of it.
All right, sounds good. So here's what we're going to do. I don't think we've got anything else we really need to work on at the moment. But if you guys haven't subscribed yet, it's a great time to do so. We've got other videos on blacksmithing, knife making, and so forth. What is going on? I'll go with that. We're in Central Illinois. We don't like crackheads or meth hoes. We really don't support any type of drug use like that around here. So the whole what the meth is going on, that don't fly around here. But anyway, you guys have a great one. We'll catch you in a few, and be sure to subscribe. Check out some of the other videos.
Oh, dang it.